All right, let's do this. Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to everyone new. Thanks for stopping in. We are continuing to go in depth about what we are learning from Shopify Edition Summer 23. It released a little bit while ago, and it is a collection of over 100 plus products. And I did a video just kind of outlining the major ones that will impact merchants and beginner Shopify folk. If you want to watch that, highly recommend it. I can link it here. But today we are going to go in depth into Shopify Sidekick and their new AI tools because we have a lot more information on them and more about Shopify Magic. Shopify Magic is essentially what they're calling their bucket of AI tools. AI designed for commerce, Shopify Magic. Discover the magic of growing your business with AI built directly into Shopify. So Shopify Magic covers a bunch of tools that they are implementing with AI. And the main thing is Sidekick. Sidekick is their new AI assistant. I did a video about that. I can link that here. Introducing Sidekick, your AI-enabled commerce assistant. And hello Toby, introduced that a little over a month ago, I would say. And that's really going to change the game. But today we're going to go in depth a little bit more about this first block on Shopify Summer 23 editions. And I really want to go in detail into a lot of these that I highlighted in my overview video, just to really get a better grasp about what is coming and how this will affect everything. So let's jump into this Shopify Magic button. If we click it, we get this nice video that introduces some of the key features. Some things they talk about are kind of outlined here, like smart replies, instant answers, and email optimization. This is just about using AI features in the platform to take manual tasks off you so you can spend less time and get things done a lot faster. So some of the things they highlighted was smart replies, which they kind of already have in Shopify Inbox. Shopify Inbox is just a way of communicating with your customers. It's an app built by Shopify, developed and supported by Shopify, which if you ever see a store with kind of a chat feature when you log on, like, hi, like ask me a question, that's kind of what Shopify Inbox is. And then you can type on the site in Shopify Inbox as from a customer's perspective, and that will go to the merchant's Shopify Inbox. So one of the things that it can do is you can program it to have smart replies, which is kind of the same thing as like instant answers. So this is like their help doc on this and the steps to do it. But essentially, like if you have Shopify Inbox, you can program instant answers. So frequently asked questions, you can program into the inbox so that it responds to the merchant's question in kind of a way like it's talking to an AI assistant. But really, it's just a programmed response that you put in, maybe a bunch of questions about the sizing of a shirt or a return policy, something like that you get a lot. That might even be just on your FAQ, but just having it in another feature, like a little AI in the bottom bot, that's kind of what it's talking about there. It's just a way of programming more things into the Shopify inbox so that customers can get their answers faster and check out faster. And then email optimization is kind of interesting. So generate compelling subject lines, create engaging email content, and find send times with highest impact using Shopify email. So they're adding a lot more features into their Shopify email app, another app made and developed by Shopify. Obviously extremely important. Like I use it, hopefully you use it to do a lot of email marketing. But essentially what you can do with Magic is you can get it to write you things like compelling content and subject lines by itself. You can just ask it, write me an email about this, and it will kind of write you an email. And you can change how it responds, if you want it to be persuasive, if you want it to be light, if you want it to be funny. That's kind of what they're doing right now. Obviously, this is a brand new thing that's not even fully out yet. It's rolling out. Like a few of these features I saw on my Shopify store, but some I don't yet. So, for example, I don't see this guy yet. This is like the Sidekick icon that they're going to brand it around. As you can see, it's in early access. So I'm guessing maybe the top stores might have this already, and it does say it's available for all plans when it rolls out. It will only be available in certain languages, however, at the start. But the thing with these updates is that, they're constantly updating. It's not that it's going to come out on this day and it'll be set in stone. It's constantly updating. It's constantly being added to new countries, more languages. So you kind of have to wait for a lot of these things. But for example, like in my Shopify store, I don't have this guy yet. I don't have the little Sidekick icon here. This is just an example of the Sidekick put everything on sale, and it kind of does it for you a little bit. It's super good feature and super exciting, but it's just not out yet. Like you could tell it to write me a blog about this, and I bet it could do it. What are my analytics today? And I bet it can do it. Like, remember when Siri came out first? It was very like, all it could do was show you the weather, and now look at it. So just give it time. I'm sure it'll be an absolute game changer when it releases, an absolute game changer along the way as it updates, but it's still not out yet. So this is kind of showing off what it can do, like blog posts, how to interviews, create a blog post, add blog post to email newsletter. So you can ask it questions that gives you answers, but it will also do things for you. That's the whole point of AI. So it's made by collaboration, by getting its answers and its data from Shopify, but also made in collaboration with ChatGPT and OpenAI. That's how it's kind of made. So it has kind of those functionalities. I mean, you can use ChatGPT for a lot of things on your store, ask it to make things and content for you already. But I think this is its way of just Shopify's way of making their own in-house AI, because AI is kind of the future and all this is going to be a game changer for sure. It talks about how this is a big jumpstart for the creative process and overcoming writer's block. That's extremely true because, it's, for example, like everybody knows like, oh, blogs are really important to have on your store, but it's like, I get writer's block when I'm writing. It's like, I know I have to create one, but how do I actually write one? It's like, okay, let me look up how to write one. And then 30 minutes later of kind of looking up, you have an idea, but you still haven't created the blog post yet. So imagine having Sidekick and just asking it to write a blog post about maybe a specific product and it doing it for you. I think that's kind of what they're going for, and I can't wait to try that out when it happens. So here it's talking about achieving more faster by getting rid of repetitive and tedious tasks and workflow. And an example is it talks about a discount. So create a student discount code for 10% off in June. Sure thing. And there it goes. So, I'm assuming over time it will be able to do more and more and more. Obviously, if it makes it, you can preview it and make sure it's all good. But this is kind of showing off another functionality. And then it's kind of showing off a little bit here about its expertise because it is made with all Shopify's resources, like all the information from Shopify Help Center and community and everything. And Shopify Learn will, I'm assuming, be plugged into this. So not only can it do things for you, but obviously you can ask it a bunch of things. And maybe instead of going to like support, it could just give you the answers here. So it's going to be really interesting to see its scope of support and when it can do something for you, when it can give you the answer, or when it might be like, I can't do that for you. I don't know the answer to that. So as you can see here, a little farther down the page, it's in early access. You can sign up for early access to access Sidekick by signing up here with your Shopify store URL and your email address. I'm sure a lot of people are already using it, maybe like select few that signed up very early to help get it started, or maybe even merchants that are on very high plans or have been with Shopify for a while. But if you wanted early access, sign up here because it's definitely not fully rolled out yet. I don't see it. And it just shows off on this page more of its features, more AI features to add to your toolkit, all under Shopify Magic. So again, Shopify Magic is the broader term for a bunch of AI features that include Sidekick as one of those features. So here's an example of some smart replies that it's generating, some suggested answers using Shopify Inbox. So again, like if you don't have Shopify Inbox, you should probably use it already. And then when these features roll out, it will be even more useful for you. This is interesting that I did see in my store the other day. I think I was just creating like a normal text box or something, and I did see this tone of voice come up. If you see these sparkles right here, the purple sparkles, it's telling you like this is a feature of Shopify Magic right here. So I was creating like a text and I wrote something and I just saw what it suggested by changing the tone of voice from expert, supportive, daring, sophisticated. And it was interesting what it put out. I didn't use what it put out, but it's interesting to see like where it's going to go with that, because it's kind of what, ChatGPT does. Like every job kind of is being impacted by AI, and everybody goes to ChatGPT for mundane tasks, especially content creation like emails and blogs. That's gonna be so heavily relied on because it's so easy, right? Just write me an email about an upcoming sale that will be released in 2 months in a persuasive tone, and it'll punch out a bunch of things that you can put right into your email. So it's pretty exciting times to have a Shopify store, I suppose, be in e-commerce, like compared to maybe 3-4 years ago when none of this existed. It's pretty drastic change. And then it's just going over more features in Shopify email. So it looks like, the content creation, like I said, is going to be huge. So if you want to download Shopify Inbox, Shopify Email, it looks like it's going to be heavily impacting these two apps for sure. And that's kind of it. It goes over some FAQ here. Like it talks about it's going to be in every plan and how does it work. It talks about like how they're using OpenAI's ChatGPT and Shopify's resources and security. It says that at the rollout, it won't be on mobile. It says it's only going to be available in a few languages at first, and then it's going to be rolling out. And then how you can access it is if you sign up for early access. So again, not exactly out yet, but super exciting. This is the major change coming to Shopify, and obviously it's at the top of their additions and just so much potential. It's really going to be a game changer. It's hard to imagine now how much of an impact it's going to have, but I think it will be a huge impact and it will only get better and better over time. So it looks like that's kind of all the information we have right now on Sidekick, on Magic, but as more and more news comes out, I will definitely be following it to find out everything about this little guy right here. So if you're interested in staying in the loop and always continuing to learn about the platform that you base your entire business off of, subscribe, stay in the loop, give yourself that competitive edge, and I'll see you in the next video.